Let Jesus heal. I do not own the rights to this music. Let Jesus feel. Let Jesus feel this place. I do not own the rights to this music. Let Jesus feel. Good morning, happy Sunday. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Let Jesus feel. Let Jesus feel. I didn't come to stay long. I just come to talk about how I overcame my addiction to alcohol. Let Jesus feel. Just gotta praise him for a little bit. Let Jesus feel. Let Jesus feel. Fill this place, Lord. Fill my heart. Fill my mind. Fill my soul, God. Fill my life. Fill my family, Lord. Fill my ministry. Fill my career. Fill me, God. Let Jesus fill. Let Jesus fill this place. All right, now how y'all doing today? I'm so excited to see another day. Um, I came to talk about how I overcame my addiction to alcohol. That's one of my ebooks that I wrote, and I did a video on it. When did I write that book? Last year or the year before? I did a video on it, but I kind of left it alone. But I just want to, bring it back out there and talk about it. Um, I was an alcoholic, and I will say this, just in case you see me out, I still will have a margarita when I go out. When it's time for birthdays, I get the beach house, and me and my family and friends come together. We do take shots. When I eat crawfish, I will have crawfish and beer. I like to have crawfish and beer. And just go together to me with the Louisiana music playing in the back, and I just have a good time. But I don't drown my sorrows in it no more. Um, and it was real when I tell y'all it was real. It was real. I'm just reading Ephesians. I think it was 5:18. Say, don't be drunk with wine, but be sober. And it's not Jesus turned water into wine, so it's the overindulgence of it that kind of affects our life and messes our life up. But y'all already know my story, but just so you can know how I got into this relationship with alcohol, because that's really what it was. Um, going through in the marriage, and um, my confidence. I had lost all like I was just really. I had my self worth was at zero. My confidence was at zero. I didn't feel good enough as a person, as a wife, as an artist. I just felt um like I was at wit's end. And that's why I talk about self love so much and so strong, because lack of self love will have you in desperate measures to feel better. It'll have you numb it. It'll have you going to unhealthy things because you want to feel better. You done prayed. You don't know what else to do. You done prayed. And I just felt stuck. I felt like I was a victim of my circumstances, which I was not. But at the time, I felt like I was a victim of my circumstances. I'm stuck. There's nothing I can do. I feel hopeless. Nothing is going right. So you know what? But it got really bad. It was like at 100 for me to come to that place. I had, basically been just depleted emotionally and just in every way. And so it was, it got to that last straw, and I said, F, said F Shay, F my life, F my career. That's what I said. I was like, Shay is dead. That's how hurt I was. I was very hurt and broken and just depleted. I say, Shay is dead. And I started saying my name's Shalita, because for y'all that don't know, my government name is Shalita. Shay Atkins. That's my stage name. That's not my government name. So I say Shay. Shay is dead. So that night, I went and got some birthday cake vodka. Birthday cake vodka. And babe, I drowned my sorrows in that alcohol. And that was like the beginning. Well, I'm gonna say I did start, now that I think about it, I think I had started uh drinking too much like wine, like if I had to get on stage, whenever I had the opportunity to get on stage, yeah, I had to have a drink to be confident enough to get up. I needed liquid courage. It was like I had lost all self-esteem, all, and I felt like I needed this. So it was kind of like the beginning of the relationship with alcohol. So anyway, I went and got that birthday cake, and I drowned my sorrows. And that was my first time experiencing blacking out. Because I used to see, I got, drug addiction and alcoholism runs in my family. So I done seen people black out before. And I'm like, how you black? How you don't remember what you did? Come on now. But I blacked out. And the way I knew I blacked out is because I had, I guess, talked to my manager that night that I drowned my sorrow and didn't remember. And so the next day when I talked to him, I was like, man, what's going on? What's up? I ain't talked to you in a long time. What you been doing? He was like, what you mean? I just talked to you last night. I say, for real? You just talked to me last night. I said, oh my God. And so when he said that, it kind of brought back little bits and pieces, of the conversation to my memory. But if he not said he had talked to me, I wouldn't have remembered. And so that was my first time like experiencing a blackout. And so that's how bad my relationship with alcohol had got. And I call it a relationship, and that's why, I say codependency is an unhealthy attachment to it could be to a person, and it could be to a drug. It could be drugs, alcohol, or whatever it is that you're using to numb. And so I feel like if you've ever watched hoarders and you see how they don't want to let that stuff go, and they feel like they got this relationship with it, like it's like their heart has been ripped when they gotta throw all that junk away because they have this attachment to it. Even though the stuff ain't no good, the stuff all rats and then got rat turds on it, roaches then died on the pit, and rats and pissed on it, and they still want it. And it's like it ain't no good for them, but they got this because there's something going on in the emotions and with the attachment of, that's connected to it. And so to me, alcohol is like, this is my new best friend. It's there for me when my ex-husband could be there. It's like, this is my new friend. And I took everywhere I went, I kept a flask on me. Y'all think I'm playing, I kept a flask on me. And it was just like my new best friend. Like, you're going to be there. You're not going to, turn your back on me. You're not going to hurt me. When I need you, you're here. That was my connection to the alcohol. And so when you see people, family members and stuff, and you wondering why it's so hard for them to let the drug addiction go or to let the alcoholism go or whatever it is, the pills or whatever they're addicted to, is because we literally develop a relationship with a substance. This is our friend. It is there for us. It is helping us to not feel whatever, we feeling. For me, I was feeling rejection. I was feeling abandonment. I was feeling pain, betrayed. I was feeling all these feelings. And so I needed something to help me immediately uh suppress all this what I'm feeling. And so I was in a constant state of being under the influence for 6 years. And so I talk about it in my book. I got the link to my ebook. I was talking about how bad it had got. It had got so bad that and the blackouts and the disrespect for me as a person. um, you already know, I went to cheating in the marriage and I didn't care no more. I was cheating, the turn up was real. And I'm not ashamed because this is my testimony. This is what was helping me to see how bad this thing had got. I had cheated with somebody, and I had the text thread, and under the influence, uh, I just gave my ex husband my phone, and he just handed it over to him. Don't even remember doing it, just gave it to him. So he see these conversations going on, and so I don't even know how I ended up at my mama house. And my sister, she was there, and so when I got up the next day, she was like, "You don't remember what happened last night?" I say, "Nah, I don't remember what happened." She said, "Girl," I'm laughing now, but at the time, baby, I was scared. She say, "You gave him your phone, your text thread, and he saw the message," and I was like, "For real?" I say, "Oh my God, I just done got sloppy out here, like just sloppy drunk, just irresponsible, just don't care no more, just reckless, just like." Really? You just this ultimate just disrespectful. Not only are you disrespecting him, but you disrespecting yourself. And so we tried to work through that, and but and we ended up having joy after that, because he was really hurt. Like the first time that I cheated, I didn't feel bad at all. I did not feel bad. I did not care. I felt like you didn't care when I was hurt, you know. But this time I could really the pain in his eyes, it really kind of hurt me. But I guess it wasn't enough, was it? But to stop me, was it? Because eventually, after we had joy and the high of joy was gone, um, it kind of went back to being roommates again. And so, it just became toxic and it was just disrespectful. There was no respect on either end. And so, uh, I knew it was time to go because the panic attacks was coming. I'm drinking. I was on anxiety and depression medication, and I'm just, a wreck. And I got to get up out of here. I gotta get up out of here. I'm going to, I'll be in a crazy house soon. I'm gonna be in a crazy house soon, and then because my mental was gone, and so this is over a period of from 2011 to 2017, me just, you know, living reckless, and so I left the marriage, left him, and started over from zero. And then when I left, though, I left into the situationship that the devil had me blind. I thought this was gonna work. I thought I had found a knight in shining armor to rescue me. So I still was, drinking, recklessly. And so I realized that, I was telling y'all that I found my validation in, outside things, validation and having a title, validation of being a wife. And so with him, it's like here's the next thing that I'm codependent on. The alcohol now, I'm codependent upon him because, he looked good. And I just really, really liked him and I wanted to please him. So it was when he told me, you know what, when you get drunk, he was like, I don't like her. He was like, no, you need to stop that for real. And I'm like, oh my God, this is got bad. Like it's bleeding over here now. And so, but I wanted to please him, and so I kind of slowed down. Like I don't want to know. I don't know if this was God used him to say that. I don't know. I don't want to say God because it shouldn't have been in the relationship in the first place. But I did listen to him when he told me, I don't like that. You drinking. You drinking too much. That's not cute. I don't like that. And so I slowed down. I slowed down a lot. And so he ended up ghosting me and crumbing me. Like I'm gonna say like a year later or whatever. And so here we go again. We back to the rejection. We back to the abandonment because you gotta heal. You cannot try to use people to cover up the pain. If you ain't healed, it's gonna show up. Like eventually you can't run from you. You're gonna have to heal those wounded places. And so now he gone. So it's the pain of him leaving. the pain of what happened in the marriage, the pain of me feeling rejected and abandoned, and just me numbing. And so I guess I said all that to say that in order to overcome, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, but I put myself in rehab. In order to overcome, you have to recognize that you have an addiction. That's number one. You have to be able to recognize you have one. And it's a lot of people, believe it or not. The family can see it, everybody can see it but you. Everybody see it but you, and they telling you, you got a problem, man. You need to go get help. And you keep saying, I'm good. I got that. I can stop if I want to. And so when he left, I think, because I'm reading the book, I might have went start back drinking again for a little bit. And I said, you know what now? I want to heal for real, Lord. I have a problem. I'm hurting. I'm broken. And I don't want to depend on this alcohol, and I don't want to depend on a man. Like, I actually want to heal without relying on this substance. What I happen to feel like I got to pick up something to drink or be in an unhealthy uh situationship or whatever to feel better. And so I recognized that I had that. That was the awareness. You got to have the awareness, y'all. You have to be able to, and this is if you want to change, because a lot of times when you don't want to admit, you're not ready to stop. A lot of times you're not ready to stop when you're not ready to admit, because remember, you're in a relationship. This alcohol been holding me down for 6, 7 years. And I gotta let this go. You don't know how to live on the other side of it. You don't know what you're gonna do with these emotions and all this stuff that you've been suppressing. See, when you let that go, now you gotta address this pain. Now you gotta, and you scared. You don't want to feel. That's why you've been numbing. You ain't been wanting to feel the pain. But I'm here to tell you that you will get through it if you allow yourself to feel, because you got to allow yourself to feel so you can heal. You got to allow yourself to process everything that's going on the inside of you. So I allowed myself to feel. You got to admit that you have an addiction. That's number one. And I put myself in rehab. I'm gonna get to the other tips Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I don't want to get too deep into, the other subjects, but that's number one. And that story was what led to me um admitting that I have a problem. All the foolish mistakes, all the blackouts, all the drunken, it was for real. I wasn't playing, My flask was my friend. And Jose Cuervo. And I was one of those type of alcoholics that it didn't matter what it was. Hey, let's turn up. What you got? My preference was brown, but hey, whatever was available. And that's horrible. That's a horrible place to be in. But it was just I was trying to get rid of those feelings of abandonment and rejection that I was feeling in here. Those feelings of unworthiness, those feelings of not feeling good enough. That's what I was shoving down. That's what I was trying to shove down. But you got to be willing to allow yourself to feel what you're running from. So what are you running from? I mean, I don't know. If anybody watching struggling with any kind of addiction, but are you ready to admit that you got a problem yet? Are you ready to heal this toxic relationship that you have with them pills, sex, uh, alcohol, uh, whatever? So that's number one. Recognize and admit. So, you got my tea, you got my juice, but, I know that my pain wasn't in vain. I know that my foolish mistake wasn't in vain. If I can, share something to help somebody, I'm gonna share because that's not me no more. And so, I can unashamedly let you know, how I was living, how I was hurting myself. When I tell y'all I was self-sabotaging, I was self-sabotaging for real. When I tell y'all I had self-hate, I had it. This ain't no, it's for real. I had it for real, and I had it for years. Um, I didn't know my worth. So I don't know who tuning in, but thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Um, if you know anybody, struggling, share the link with them. How I overcame my addiction to alcohol. In the link below. And I think my book, I don't think Love Me linked out. But that's it for today. Y'all be encouraged. Y'all stay strong. You can go. You can do all things through Christ, who strengthens you. Nothing is too hard. Doesn't matter how long you've been on it. You just got to be willing to let it go. It's like letting go of somebody you love. It's like letting go of that thing that's been there for you all this time. And you know, I'm grateful that I was able to come to that place and be able to do that because a lot of people are not able to shake it. You know, they're not able to shake it. And even in the family, like, a lot of my family members have died, just their addiction, affected their body and their mental in such a way that, they died early. They died early. Even my brother, the addiction, you know, messes mental, messes mental. If he was just not able to shake it, uh, he tried, he fought, he knew God, but he just could not shake that thing. Uh, and so it messes mental up. So I'm grateful that I was able to put myself in rehab through the grace of God, my own rehab. I was willing to do the work, whatever it took. Hey, Rubens and Pearl, thank you so much. You got my dirt, girl, but I don't care. um, I was willing and ready because you don't never want to be handicapped. You don't ever want to be handicapped to where you can't function healthily without somebody or without this drink or this pill or this sex or like whatever. Um, and that's just how I view addiction. You want to be able to healthily be happy without, every time you're going through, ooh, I need to go get this, I need a drink, I need to go, sometimes you just gotta allow yourself to feel. And so now, I don't know if I'm getting into the other parts, but if so, I just repeat it. But now, like if I'm feeling something or if I'm feeling pain, I go deep into worship. I don't pick up, I don't pick up no bottle or nothing like that. I put my worship on, I put my worship music on, and I just go deep. I allow myself to feel. If I'm feeling hurt, if I'm feeling rejected, if I'm feeling abandoned, I'll cry. And I remind myself that you are worthy. You are enough. Uh, it's okay. All is well. You are strong in the Lord. Uh, it's God. I remind me of that scripture where God says, it's in Isaiah, be not dismayed, be not fearful, for I am with you. Uh, what do he say? I am with you. I uphold you with my righteous right hand. And he say, call on me and I will answer. So I just bask in those scriptures, let them play in my mind, and I just allow his presence to heal my wound. His presence, that's what I do, when if I'm feeling some kind of way or if I'm feeling anxious, I take some deep breaths and I go deep in where it's just me and God, and I let him do what he do. I let him pour his healing love on me. Yes, I do. I let him pour his healing love on me, and I stay there, and I don't leave. I leave feeling better. I always leave feeling better. Um, so sometimes you might have to affirm yourself a little more, or say certain things over and over until it get in your spirit to where you believe it. Um, so I did a lot of I am enough. I am significant. Even when I'm walking at the park, I am significant. I'm matter. I'm valuable just simply because I exist. Isn't the way he treated me, or him walking away? That doesn't mean I'm not worthy. I'm worthy because I exist. It, People don't make me worthy. I was born worthy. God, I was born a masterpiece. Like, you gotta tell yourself. So I get into the next tip tomorrow. But if you want to get ahead of me, and just this is just my story, my journey. What work for me might not work for somebody else. Some people got to go, take it a step further, whether or not they don't have the strength to and the discipline to do what they say. But all right, happy Sunday, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much, Rubies and Pearls, for tuning in and dialoguing with me and listening uh to me. Um, so yeah, like I said, I don't have a conviction about having a margarita. When I go out to Papa Do's or whatever, I don't have the conviction that I'm not, doing something right. To me, it's like sex. Sex is not bad. It's the indulgence of it, that makes it toxic and bad. It's when it's hurting your life, when it's not, it when it's too much. But I don't even crave it, like I did, because when I started healing my wounds, it was kind of like my desire to pick it up and numb went away. So a lot of times, once you start healing those wounds, you won't even want it. Like, so I don't even want it, like this. Sometimes, like I say, holidays, birthdays, crawfish, the Louisiana music in the back. I had a margarita last night at the Jack's, you know, with the Zydeco. But that was that. And I was gone. I wasn't trying to numb, I wasn't trying to cover up nothing. So, but hey, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Thank you, Rules and Pearls. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Probably be around maybe between 4 and 4:30 with tip number 2 of what I did. So all right, y'all recognize you got a problem, so we can go on here. What they say, you can't conquer what you won't confront. All right then. Love y'all. Bye bye.